I'm back. The video before last, I believe, I said that I was going to start writing my letters to my abusers and stuff, and I had one where I started off with my very first abuser, but I left it in the car, so I have one that I wrote to my bullies that I had throughout my school years. So, figured I'd read this one to you, and if it sounds silly, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at writing or getting my words onto paper at the moment, since my mind's kind of still jumbled up here, so just bear with me, okay? Alright, here we go. Dear Bullies, I have had to deal with you ever since elementary. You made fun of my weight, thought my freckles were contagious, and often stole things from me. I spent most of my lunches alone. In 5th grade, I was physically attacked. A girl tried to choke me. I tried telling the teacher, and her response was typical. Well, it looked like you have done that yourself, or maybe it was how you were sitting, even though my neck was obviously red. That was in 5th grade, by the way. Junior high for me was the worst. The bullying got much more intense. I was pushed and shoved, binders and books thrown at my head, and once again the teachers didn't do anything, even though it was 3 boys much bigger than I was. Like, these boys could have played on a basketball team, and they did it right in front of her. I would sit there and be laying on my desk, and these boys would sit there and throw their binders on my head and books and papers and honestly anything that they could find in their backpack, pencils, whatever. As long as I was laying there, they just keep doing it, and I know the teacher had to see it Anyway, that the teacher had to see it at one point or another, but she chose to ignore it. Because I think, honestly, 2 of them were athletes. I'm not sure about the other boy. But she chose to ignore it instead of actually writing them up and doing what she was supposed to do. It got to the point where I started faking sick. I would fake the hell out of it. I'd tell Mom I had a headache, or my stomach hurt, or that I was feeling faint. I went to the doctors for all kinds of crap, because I just did not want to go to school. It was really, really bad, and my dad finally caught me, and he said, "You're faking it, aren't you?" And I broke down and told him, yeah, and he had me tell Mom. So I ended up having to go back to school for a while, but eventually I just called, whenever I had absolutely enough, I called my dad crying at his work, and I said, I can't do it anymore. I said, please change me, please pull me out from this school. And luckily enough, he came up there and pulled me out. He wouldn't let me face the teacher. I have no idea what he told the teacher, but he was pissed. And he went in there and pulled me out of classes and transferred me to a school in the country where he lived at. It was a lot better than the one that I was at. The junior high school that I went to was Jeb Stuart in Jacksonville, and then the school that I was transferred to was Wilkinson Junior High in Middleburg, Florida. It was better, but there were still a few verbally abusive bullies. New city girl that, didn't grow up with the rest of them there, because it's a small town. A lot of them grew up together, and I was just outsider. But it was still, even though still verbally abusive, like if I was sick or whatever, they'd make fun of the stupid, silly things like that. It was still a lot better than being in that physical bullied situation. Or at least I thought it was. Thanks to you bullies, I am always concerned about what people think, wondering who is going to be mean to me or hurt me next. Your bullying has permanently damaged me and has caused me to keep my distance and trust from just about everyone. I can't stand going into public places because all I think about is who is making fun of me now. I am nearly 28 years old, and what you did, the damage you caused, still haunts me. What bullies fail to believe is that, you know, once everybody's out of school, oh, you know, that person I made fun of or hurt back then, they're going to move on, they're going to be undamaged, they'll be okay. No, you cause serious psychological damage to the people you bully. And that's also why there's a much higher suicidal rate. Because there's a lot of kids now that just can't take it. The bullying is so bad. And we don't have just the physical bullying like I went through. There wasn't really internet whenever I was growing up, going to school and stuff. We just started getting chat rooms and internet and stuff whenever I was in high school. But now these kids are having to deal with cyberbullies as well. And I can't imagine having to deal with those people face to face and then go home and get into a chat room or be on Facebook or whatever and also have to deal with the cyberbullies on top of that. It has lifelong effects when you bully somebody. You get to go off, you know, scar-free because you're not the one who had to go through it, but the rest of us, we suffer for a long time after. This is part of my PTSD. This is part of my severe depression. You have literally welded those self-conscious thoughts into your victim's life for a long time to come. And while you get to be free of that, or so you think, the rest of us, your victims of that bullying, are left to suffer in your wake. So please try to think of that next time you're bullying someone, or wanting to bully someone, just to make yourself feel better. I'm sorry if you have bad stuff going on at home. I'm sorry if you're Miss Popular or Mr. Popular and you think that you have to put somebody down to remain popular. No. Why don't you pick somebody up instead? Next time you see somebody being bullied in the hallway, why don't you walk up to the bullier and stop them from bullying somebody else? Save a life instead of making someone want to end theirs. You have the power to save someone else's life. You have the power to make someone else's life better. You have no idea. But that is it for this video. The next one will probably be either about my first abuser or a current abuser that I am dealing with, who is also a very big trigger for me at the moment. I am not sure yet. But those more videos definitely to come. Hope y'all have a good day. If you like what you see or enjoy what I post, just like and subscribe. Also, like I try to say at the end of every video, if you ever need someone to talk to, if you're going through a mental illness yourself, you have depression, PTSD, what have you, if you just want someone to talk to, I have a page called Fighting Depression and PTSD. It has a picture of an anime girl standing in snow. Look me up. Send me a message. Send me a message and I will get back to you. But thank you for watching and hope you all have a good day.